will be looking at differences between two objects. So the question is, let's time ourselves. Let me minimize this. Okay. Write a function that accepts two deeply nested objects or arrays, object 1 and object 2. Okay, object 1 and object 2, and returns a new object representing their differences. Write a function that accepts deeply nested objects or arrays, object 1 and object 2, return a new object representing their differences. The function should compare the properties of the two objects and identify any changes. The returned object should only contain keys where the value is different from object 1 and to object 2. For each changed key, the value should be represented as array, as an array, object 1 value, object 2 value. Keys that exist okay. I was just looking at the input. For each changed key, the value should be represented as an array, object 1 value, object 2 value. Okay, keys that exist in one object but not in other should not be included in returned object. Okay, keys that exist in one object but not in other object should not be included. When comparing two arrays, the indices of the array are considered to be their keys. Okay, the end result should be a deeply nested object where each leaf value is a difference array. Okay, let me just see. So here the object is empty and this is having new values, object 2. So there were no modifications made to object 1. New keys A, B appear in object 2, but keys that are added or removed should be ignored. Okay, so that's why it is ignored and output is empty. Okay, so we have A1, V3, X is an array, Z. Okay, so A is like I find a difference here. Okay, yeah, then so A 1 comma 2, okay, the difference. Then V equals to 3 and here V is equal to 4, then that. Then X is not there, so ignore it, ignore that. Then Z is there, so in Z A is null. A was null and then it changed to 2. Okay, got it. Explanation: A, V and Z all had changes applied. A was changed from 1 to 2, V was changed from 3 to 1, 3 to 4, 3 to 4. Z had a change applied to a child object. Okay, and there is one more example, let's see that as well. So yeah, we have is A5, V6, and then there is a nested object as well. So the nested object changed where the at the fourth position we had an array. Okay, so how do you represent that? Z, so you represent that as same as that of array, right? So 1, 2, and at the second position 4 and 3, and at the third position at the 0th index, oh, we only find the differences, right? Like the changes that were done to the already existing object, like whatever the already existing elements were there, only to, like, we do not record the deletion part, but we are okay. And one more, so a points to b and 1, then object a changes to b. Okay, so here what we mean, yeah, we then take the whole object of a, put it in an array. We have to put everything in an array. Okay, and there is one more example, object 1. Object 1, 1 to an array. Apart from different ordering of keys, the two objects are identical, so an empty object is returned. Okay, object 1, object 2. So basically, what I can do is whatever, so whatever values are not object, then they are primitive, right? Primitive values. So we know that, okay, we know that they will be primitive value, but on the other hand, what we should be doing is, okay, so I know that those are primitive values. How should I be traversing this? Yeah, this question I faced in the Google interview, this very same question. So object differences, object 1 and object 2, and I still have no idea on how to do it, but yeah, we'll try to navigate through this. Okay, so what we have to do is whatever was available in object 1, we want to return a difference, right? So we want to have an array, an object, we want to return this object, right? Let's call it let obj, let result obj is equal to an empty array, and we'll be returning result obj. Okay, once we do that, what we need to do next, what we need to do next, right? That is the question. So what we can do is we can start comparing them by traversing the object 1, right? Yeah, we'll start comparing them by traversing the object 1. So for let I, so we can also call it let obj or key of obj1. So object dot keys will give us all the keys that we want to traverse. Then what we can do is that, yeah, So I have the access of the key to the object, but before doing that, if if uh, obj1, like what would be the base condition of this? If the obj1 is an empty object, that would be 1. And what else? So let me just see this. Whatever is deleted, we don't have to record that, right? Like if my obj1 should having a1 b2, then obj2 didn't have anything, so will that, so we just saw the examples. What did we understand from them? Okay, let's see. So obj1 had 5 and 7, it was deleted in this guy. Okay, but keys that are added or removed should be ignored. Yeah, if I guess obj1 is equal to null, or obj2 is equal to null, then I guess we gotta return the empty uh, like the result object as it is. Sorry, I wrote there or like that. Yeah, and if not, and yeah, both need to be object, right? So here in the last example, this a was an object, okay, but we have to also see okay, yeah. So what I'm thinking is, if yeah, like what I'm thinking is, if obj1 is null, if yeah, anything is null, if obj so what if they are not object, what would happen in that case? I'm just thinking. So in that case, both of them are different, right? Both of them are just different, guys. So but yeah, so what I want to do is obj1 type of, I need to check type of obj1 equals to object, if it is an object, and type of obj2 equal to an object, then there would be two scenarios. Either obj1 is array, or obj2 is array, right? That's what they might be, and we need to check that. And in the else condition, if both of them are not object. Yeah, both of them are not object, then we have to check if obj1 is not equal to obj2, because at this point yeah, they are not equal. So I guess at if the values are not equal, then we have to return whatever obj1 is and obj2 is, we have to return it in the form of array, right? And if they are equal, let's say they are primitive values, right? So yeah, we cannot do anything in that aspect. So yes, so we'll be returning this object. Yeah, and so either, so both are objects now. I want to check uh, if both of them are object, then what should happen in this case? I want to check if both of them are array. If not, if not, then there was a difference and we want to record that difference, right? Yeah. If array is array of obj1 and an array is array of obj2, if that is the case, then what I want to do is, if both are array, okay, let's see the condition where they are not array, right? If not, or if any of these two are not an array, then we might have a difference in on our hand. Oh, sorry. I guess if any of them is array, but I guess we also need to check they can be both array, right? In that case, they both are okay to be traversed. I guess what I have to check is that both are objects, I know that. Then I need to check if any of them is if both of them are array, then I don't have to do anything, right? But if else, if array is array obj1, if it is not an array, if both are array, then it will go here. But if this is not an array, let's say if this guy is not an array, then what I should I should traverse both the I should traverse the object one's array here. Okay, let's do to do, and I'll do a split I'll increase the screen size, or what I'll do is I'll make it like this so that I can see it. Okay, yeah, but that is more cleaner. Okay. So I have else if array is, yeah, if array is, if the object is not an array, yeah, if both are not array, then either of them will fall in this category, right? Is array object 2. So if either of them is not an array, then we have on our hand the difference between those two, right? What we can do is we need to, I guess we have found the difference between between two obj objects. Let's register them. Okay, and once we have done with that, um, yeah, so I guess what we can do is return obj1 and obj2. That's what we can do, right? Yeah, we can do that. And then array is array object 1, array is object 2, then I should reverse the object 1's array here. So basically what I want to do next is that array is array obj1, array is array. Okay, I need to basically traverse for let I equals to 0. If both of them are array, then obj1 dot length I plus plus. Then I should be able to traverse both of those guys, right? But if they both are array, I think what we should do is we should be checking the object 1's length, right? Yeah, so, or should we be checking, yeah, so object 1's dot length, yeah, objects 1 is there, right? Yeah, we just have to check if the current I is greater than equal to object 2 dot length. If that is the case, we want to do something here. When we exceed object 2's length. Okay, but if they are in if they are of equal length, let's say if they are of equal length, then what we should be doing is I guess we should be basically call object difference on obj1 of I and obj2 of I, right? So by doing that, And if this guy returns anything, what I believe what I have to do is um, I have to basically result obj is equal to, I'm not sure if this is going to work. What I'm thinking is I'll spread result object comma, I'll also spread whatever is returned by this guy, right? Yeah, that's what I think we should be doing here. If there was nothing, then our object wouldn't have sent anything. Yeah, but if I is greater than equal to object 2 dot length, let's say if it is greater than object 2 dot length, should we not do anything from here, or should we just return? Return, I guess I'll just return from here, won't do anything from, okay, return. And we okay, so this is looking pretty messy right now, but we know that we have taken care of the objects, and if they are array, then we have taken care of them in this way, and if any of them is not an array, then we have taken care of them in this way, right? And then if they are primitive values, if they are not equal, then uh, we are returning them in this form. And I guess we don't have to return from here this guy, but okay, so this for loop is where we'll be yeah, I guess I have to also take care of else just return, don't do anything. Okay, yeah, I guess I have to do that here as well, because if primitive types are not equal, then we have to register it, otherwise we will just return it right from here itself. Let key of object dot keys object 1, we have this guy. Now what should we do? We should be also checking, we shouldn't actually, we should just check if key exists in the object 2 or not. If it doesn't, then we have to continue. If so, I'm not sure how do you obj2 dot has own property of, so let's try an example. What I'll do is oh apart from a different ordering of keys, the two objects are identical, so an empty object is returned. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. Let me try this one itself. Okay, what I'll do is I'll copy this, then I'll open up a console, and I just want to see if I can try has own property, has own method on the objects. So once I've done that, obj1, obj2 uh, has own has own property of uh, let's say b. Okay, true. Okay, so we can see that okay, they both have the same property. If p, oh sorry, if the key is there, if the key is there in the object 2, or let's say if it comes false. Okay, if this comes as false, then continue. We don't want to continue. Only if it is available in both of them. What we want to do is object difference um, obj1 of key and obj2 of key. That's what we have to do. Right? Yeah. Once we have done that, what we can do is whatever is returned back to us, I guess what we have to do is result of the current key. We result obj of the current key. We have to assign whatever is returned from this guy to this result object, and finally we have to return this result obj. but but the thing is I need to try run this and see if this is doing what it is intended to do. I'm 32 minutes into. Oh, my camera also died. Really? Okay, we are back, and what we can do is, yeah, we are here, right? So why don't we go step by step? This is like really important question for me because I was not able to solve it earlier. So object is empty, right? um, I guess we have to also check the lengths of the um, if they are null. If they are null, then what are we doing in that case? Okay, I guess we don't have to. This current statement is not true. If object 1 is equal to null, then we are just returning it right away. I'm not sure like what is the type of null. So let a is equal to null, and type of a, it's still an object. Okay, null is still an object. So let's see what I want to do here is I want to basically eliminate the fact that both could be null. If both are null, then we don't have to do anything in that case. If both are null, then what is the situation? Test cases plus if will they be null at any time? There will be two. Okay, object 1 and 2 are valid JSON object or arrays. Okay, they are always valid. So me doing this doesn't make sense here. Like object equal to null, I'm sending the object. But what I should be doing instead, if yeah, uh, if let's say, I guess type of object 1 is equal to object, what we should do here is we should also check before all of this if they are null. If obj1 equal to null, and obj2 is equal to null, right? If they are equal to null, then we need to handle them in some way. Else if we also want to handle the case where either of them is null, equal to null, and or obj2 is equal to null. Okay, then we can definitely check for else if array is, yeah, sorry, I did not write else if here. Yeah, else if array is array, and okay, if they both are null, then I guess we don't have to do anything in this regards. We can just return. Else what we have to do is we have to register that there was something wrong, and basically we have to return an array specifying object 1 and object 2, right? That's what we gotta do. Yep, I guess that should be good enough, but let's try run this. If I also want to check the length of this. If let's say we have done reversal of all this, we check what we are basically in a nutshell, what we are checking in here is checking for null, array, and primitive values. Okay, and once we've done with that, what I want to do is I want to basically check before even doing this for loop. Like sorry guys, I'm getting a call. Let me just pick it up. spam calls. Okay. For let key of object dot keys object one. Okay, so we have that on our hands. Uh, mhm. So object 2 has own property. What I need to do is, like, I want to make sure that I'm checking for this condition, right? Yeah, anyways, if there is nothing here, like that there is nothing matching, we are anyways going to send uh, the this, right? Yeah, so if I give it a run, I know it's going to fail. Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. So else if object 1 equal to null, or object 2. Okay, did it consider this guy? I guess it did. Like, let me just see what's going on here. Console.log returning from null. I guess I think it should be returning from this place itself. Okay, it isn't. It isn't returning from here. Then where are you returning from? Else if, oh, okay, okay. Okay, what I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here. So I guess what we should do is we should move this for loop inside somewhere here. Else if array is array object 1, array is array object 2. Else if either of them is not array, and if either of them is an object, what we should do is I guess we should return result obj from here. Yeah, because we might be calculating result obj all along the way, and if this happens then we are returning with nothing. So I guess we should do this guy, and array is the I should be handling if the object case here. Okay, let's do this. If any of this is an array, then I should be going in this guy, right? If any of these is this is array, I should be going here. Else I should be I should be in here. Yeah. Else is both are objects, right? Yeah. Once we come out of this loop, I guess, then we can start returning the object, right? Let me see if that works. Okay, cool. So at least this is working. um, I made this work, so now this is working. I guess it might be, yeah, then this is working. Wow. Okay, 1 and 2 got changed, v 3 and 4, c, yeah, we ignored x, then c, yeah, we are doing just fine, are doing just fine. Then 5, this was not done. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see. So I have a and a are fine. I have v and this guy is fine. But but when I encounter this z is an array, right? Z is an array. What I should be do? Okay, I guess here I'm just returning the object right away, because okay, I shouldn't do that. I guess I should simply hit continue, or continue. We don't want to do anything here, so I guess once this loop is done, we also have to return the result object, right? Yeah. So now at least we are getting z. I'm doing something wrong. I feel like. Okay. Got it. What I might be doing wrong is, let's say if there is a difference between these two guys that we are sending right now, okay, what we are sending right now, then what we have to do is result obj, whatever the result obj that we are on right now. Okay. Or else I guess what we have to do from here is, okay, I have the result object, then result object of the index, right? Yeah, the index equals to whatever the difference that I've found so far. I have to register that. and then I have to basically return that result object in the end. So that solved that issue. 4 3 then 3 at the index 3 at the 0th one. 0 1 2 3, yeah, this happened. So this solved that, but it kind of okay added this x as well. Why is this x added anyways? Let's see. Why is this x added? So x was an array. Okay, got it. X was an array. But looks like x shouldn't be added at all, because x why is this guy being added here? Because if I see that I go to A, then I see the difference 1 and 2. With 1 and 2 I send that. I go to V, I see the difference, I add that to my result object. I see X, I see both are arrays, I see that both are arrays, and then I okay. So here when I am going through all the keys, I guess what I should be doing is if it is if okay, let me add this guy to here. Let sub result is equal to this, and if sub result has something on it, then only we will add to result obj of key is equal to sub result. Yeah, then only we'll add it to our result. And if I run this now, okay, still we are getting the same thing. Dot length, and but okay, I guess I'm very close to solving this one. At least I should be able to solve these cases. And here the story is totally different what I'm looking at. So A has a difference of 2. I'm not sure what's going on, but okay. Okay. Okay, I might be doing something wrong, but not sure what is that. Case 2, or I might be exhausted at this point. So x I have an empty array. If how can I check result dot length? Like it can be an object or an array, right? Or will it be always an array? Because an object has been sent. Okay. If object dot size I guess an empty object was sent because there was nothing to be added to this. If object dot size, I guess we can see the size in this way, right? Result, sorry, obj is obj equals to an empty bracket obj dot size obj dot size obj dot length. Okay, let how do you find length of an object? Type of obj equal to null, false. Okay, obj dot how do you basically check the length of an object? How to check if object is empty in JavaScript? Convert the passed object to string. The string also has the length method. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we can definitely do this. So where were we? Yeah. So I can definitely do this. Object dot keys obj dot length. If it is 0, then I guess I won't be returning anything. object dot keys of this guy dot length is there, then only we'll send result obj, or else, or let's do one thing. If okay, let's do one thing, let's return null. No, and only if this has anything on it. Okay, now I have solved this guy, and now the last part is a, 2 and bracket, right? Like, what am I missing here? So this is the last condition where they have they have, looks like they have rotated the, like there it's not sorted, the order is not sorted, so we don't care about the order, but looks like here a, when they find out a, so what we are doing here is, when we find that a is there, object 2 doesn't have that key, then we are simply not traversing that. But if object 2 has that key, then we are traversing it. Then we are traversing a, and in a it found out that at second place, index 2, which is this, an object is there. Obviously the objects won't be equal to each other, so I guess that's why the hell. I guess my camera is tight. No, it's back. Okay. So what we have to do is, it is returning something a. When I sent a, then it went out there. Okay, if I send a, let's try run this. I have a and b, I compared a, so I found out a is also there in this one. Then I sent this guy, then this guy, it seemed to be an array. Then type 1 is, yeah, it went in this, type 1 is equal to object, then it went in this guy, both are array. Then if I is equal to 0, so 1 1, yeah, it did not do anything here because we return, and then for 1 and 2 there nothing would have happened, but since we sent an object, then it would have again fall into this bucket object. Nothing is array here, but in here both are object, so yeah. How do you compare two objects? if they are equal. Let's see if, okay, if, no, but yeah, if you see here, like I'll create two objects. Let me clear this out. Let obj1 is equal to an empty object. Let obj2 is equal to an empty object. But obj1 equal to obj2 would be false. Isn't that true? So okay, what we can do is to solve that remedy, to resolve this problem is, once they are here, I guess what we can do is let obj1 len is equal to object dot keys and obj1 dot length. Let obj2 len is equal to object dot keys object2 dot length. You can do it. And if obj1 len is equal to 0 and yeah, if obj1 length is equal to 0, then we have to return, basically we have to return from here, right? Yeah, but in the first example, obj1 is simply okay. Or else what we can do is, instead of doing this, why don't we just do this? If yeah, we'll just do the same thing that we did there. Just okay, sorry. Let sub res is equal to this, and we'll just check. Here we just did that, right? Here itself we did that. If sub object dot keys of sub res is dot length is there, then only will add that. Will it be an object always? I guess so. It should be an object always. Cannot convert undefined or null to object. Sub res and okay, now it worked. Cool. So this is a good achievement after 1 hour of doing this. Yeah, and yeah, I know this wouldn't work, but this is a great achievement for us, because we were able to complete this. Why is this showing an object? It shouldn't be showing an object here. should also do that over here, I suppose. Add that to unit test, run that. Now it should work. Yes, come on, yes. That's amazing. Cool. Okay guys, we were able to solve this one like 1 hour 10 minutes. I don't care about that, but this question is looking complicated, like it's really complicated. Okay, let's get rid of comments, and will it make it look better? Not sure, but boy, this question is on next level. Dude, this question is just on some next level. Cool, awesome. I'm feeling proud, and yeah, if this question comes up, I'm going to straight away tell them what is the process like. But this can get weird. The interviewer did not specify how I come up with finding out the difference between both of them. Here the difference, what difference you have to basically find out is given to you already. That was not the case with me, so that was weird. It was vague, and but yeah, no complaints. I had to learn. Yeah. Okay, I fell short in that interview, and I have to accept that. Cool. So yeah, really nice question.